Tensions are rising within the Tripartite Alliance as a heated debate brews between the ANC and its longtime ally, the South African Communist Party. Well, this following, of course, the SACP's announcement that it will contest the 2026 local government elections independently, a move that has since drawn sharp reaction from even ANC Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula. He suggested that dual members serving in government may soon have to now choose where their loyalties actually lie. And helping us to further unpack this is Political Analyst Prof Ntsikelelo Breakfast. Professor, it's always good to have you with us. Thank you so much for your time. So this latest bout of public spats between the two, namely the ANC and the SACP, it started when they announced initially their plans to contest the elections separate from the alliance. I remember they're sitting in the Eastern Cape when Gwede Mantashe had hit back at this notion, saying that the SACP was formed to support the ANC. So in your opinion, Prof, this latest move now to even ban him from the Central Committee, what does it lay bare about the current dynamics within the alliance?
Well, first things first, my view is that the SACP has been very much opportunistic, because why wait until your alliance partner is down and out, then announce that you want to stand by yourself? Because when it's quite clear which way the wind is blowing. The writing is on the wall that the ANC is not going to bounce back with the bang in the upcoming local government elections. And they can see that. Therefore, now they want to jump ship, or they want to stand on their own. So it's quite clear that they've been using the ANC as a vehicle, to access political power. And now they can see that it doesn't look like that is going to happen. Because if they were honest, they would fight on the inside. They have won a number of policy debates within the ANC. They took a decision in the Nelson Mandela Bay at Nelson Mandela University that they are going to swell the ranks of the ANC. At that time, the ANC was still hegemonic, and all of a sudden now they want to change gear and contest on their own. So I don't think that is done in good faith, and definitely that is going to hurt the ANC. Even if the ANC can stand with the SACP, I don't think that it will do well because of a number of political dynamics. But it's going to be worse without the Communist Party, because the ANC is a mass-based organization, and it used to do well with the Communist Party in terms of navigating working class communities.
Very interesting perspective there, Professor. I remember you and I had a similar conversation just back in July, right? And we're back at this point yet once again. And I'm going to ask you once again, how will this current relationship then survive beyond these tensions? And what happens to the SACP ministers? You also cited this, Professor, in our previous interview on this very issue, like Buti Manamela, who are also currently serving under the GNU. Should tensions, of course, continue to fester, and there is even a possible permanent split between the partners?
I don't think that the conflict is going to be managed well under the current circumstances, in particular in this leadership of President Ramaphosa. I think the conflict is going to escalate. You can see how opportunistic the SACP is. Let's be honest, they are aligning themselves with the deputy president. To me, that is quite clear, because they can see that the current president is on his way out. So you can see they are always gravitating where power is. So I don't think that they are going to find each other with the current leadership. I'm quite sure that they might mobilize behind closed doors with the faction of the deputy president and make sure that he succeeds the current president. Then maybe try to advocate for certain positions within the ANC. But I think the issues that they are using, like the GNU and so on, I don't think those are the real issues. The real issue for the Communist Party, in my view, is political power. They like power, and they can see that at the moment they don't stand a chance to access that political power.
And what does leaving the ANC then mean for them if, they're already not performing within that particular rank? But let's leave that question aside, Professor. Let's probe even further the chances, right, of the SACP really cementing or even identifying itself as an independent party. Do they firstly still have any relevance within today's current political climate, where we have seen quite a wide range of other political party formations also fail to convince voters of their principles and mandate? Is there still a need even for a communist party in this current democratic as well as coalition space, you think?
I think one of the strong points of the Communist Party is class analysis. I think they're able to flesh out or to tease out the class contradictions between the haves and the have-nots. If you look at the problems that we have, they have to do with the economic cleavages between the powerful and the powerless. So in a country like ours, I think you need that class analysis to analyze, the dynamics that are at play. So I think that's the strong point of the Communist Party. They are always on point in terms of their analysis, but I think they've been using Marxism and Leninism in pursuit of, personal accumulation and personal gratification, as opposed to advancing the program of the national democratic revolution. The worst part of it is that what puts them on the back foot is the fact that I don't think that they have funders. I don't expect Rupert or Oppenheimer to fund them. So that is the elephant in the room in terms of who is going to fund them. Remember, you don't win elections because you've got a good message. You have to have money. So I think they're going to fall short in that regard. The last point that I want to make is that they have failed dismally in terms of instilling class consciousness. Yes, we have a black working class on a large scale, but at the same time, that working class has not been radicalized. I don't think that the working class that we have does have class consciousness.
Very interesting indeed. Professor Ntsikelelo Breakfast, thank you so much for your time. Professor Breakfast is a political analyst there, sharing some of his very interesting views on the current impasse between alliance partners, the SACP and the ANC.